you got a dude that's been in the system that's obviously uber talented. Week one,
Right.
he comes out and look, he left a little bit to be desired. I mean, he didn't play a great ball game, but he didn't do anything to lose his job. And we're already sitting here having a conversation about the young kid getting some run this week. I mean, this thing reeks of me. Wasn't it Kelly Bryant and Trevor Lawrence? Wasn't that kind of how that thing worked out? And Trevor ended up working
It
out.
was, but this ain't. So this is that's a great point. People ask me that throughout the entire offseason. Here's my take on that, and you run with this really quickly. I don't think Cade Klubnik should even think remotely like he's a great player, going to be a great talent. He's not Trevor Lawrence like pressure just yet, but at the same time, DJ's not come off a season like Kelly. So that's why Kelly had 4 games. Like he had some time. Kelly came off an AC championship season. We lost in the playoffs. We didn't either one of those things last year. So Kelly had a little more time, but also had way more pressure. DJ's got a little less time and pressure. So it's different but similar. But that's the way I would frame it. Like I think DJ doesn't have as much resume come off the season. That's why kind of the talks are a little earlier. But at the same time, I don't think Cade is just like I don't know if he's a generational talent to where like you gotta play him. It's like you want DJ to be the guy, but if he can't do it, then it's you gotta. Coach Swinney get paid $90 million to make these decisions now. Look, that's why that's people be hating on the money, but these are money making decisions.
I'll say this:
they get paid that money. They get paid that money to make these decisions.
Look, here's real quick. I mean, to me, DJ is the kind of guy. DJ's got to be a fixer. He doesn't just play well. Like DJ has to be a fixer. You've been in the game for a minute. You're uber talented. I mean, you can't just play well. You got to go in there and be the reason that your team is winning ball games, not what some believe. And I'm not talking about us out here. I'm talking about everybody in the organization or in the program. Sorry, I've been talking this NFL Texan stuff too much. But, in the program, you got to be the reason that they lean on you. You get in that huddle with them 10 other dudes, they got to feel like you're gonna win the ball game, not just play well and not just get through some things, but be the reason, be the fixer. If it's a bad play call, make it right. If it's a busted play, go get a first down. If you got to buy time and get outside the pocket because the protection's not right, buy time, get outside the pocket and make that throw. And I just don't see DJ doing that at this point in time, and he didn't do much of it last year. I want to ask you guys about this with Clemson because to me this matters in this conversation, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, D, because I may get off in the weeds on some details and I need some correction here. But Brandon Streeter, the offensive coordinator, this is his first year as the OC, correct?
Right. He had one game. He had the bowl game with his last year, but this is his first official game.
So where before you had Tony Elliott and you had Jeff Scott even back in the day to where those dudes had quarterbacks that had success in their system. They had some pelts on the wall to be like, nah, this is the guy we're going to ride with. Hang tight. We're going to get this thing right, and we're going to get moving in the right direction. Right now, not only do you have a quarterback that's trying to hang on and even a young guy that's trying to take a job, but you got an offensive coordinator that's trying his damnedest to prove that he belongs at Clemson. And maybe he's Dabo's dude. Maybe you know better than me, but I know a new play caller. He ain't going to sit around and be real committed to a quarterback that's not making plays and not moving the ball and not producing when he's got a young cat standing behind him. So I think the dynamic of that offensive meeting room is slightly different than what it's been over the last, you can say 10 years, really, D.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think to me, because we could talk about this for an hour, and we will if we need to, but definitely hit up my man D. You see the jersey behind him. Any Clemson questions, hit him up on social media. I'm sure you'll keep it going there, man. This comes down to two things for me. Cade Klubnik, we had him at the Elite 11, the premier quarterback camp, and he had this loose, fun, confident vibe that I imagine he's carried with him into college.
Right.
We saw him in state championship games in high school and huge high school football moments, right? This dude has that thing, that it factor, right? Walk in the room, people feel your presence, and you make him better. He has all that. I think he's going to be a stud. What I would want to see, if you were like, hey, you can go be ACC Films, if that exists, and you can mic up DJ and you can go tight zoom on him. I really believe this. I believe in this phrase called the wonder switch. And I believe that wonderment, which is like when you all took your visits, whether it's Arkansas or Clemson or me at Pitt, and you walk into the stadium, you're like, damn, yeah. These guys both probably felt that on their visit to Clemson.
Right.
And then at some point, that wonder switch gets turned off. and it gets turned off by fans, by DMs, poor play, your own self-talk, your family, things off the field, like a lot of things. And what I've found is that most elite quarterbacks are not aware that it's off and their body language is bad, right? Their presence is just okay. They may feel a little sorry for themselves, like whatever it is, but they've got to recognize it and boom, snap out of it. What I want to see, and I'm not saying his is off, but with everything that has gone on with him coming out of high school, going in and the success in the Notre Dame game, as you referenced, to what happened last year, to the opening half, at least this past weekend or a couple of days last night, I think the biggest thing for him is to have a blast. And if I was coaching, if I was his quarterback coach, I'd say, hey, bro, let's go cut it loose and let it rip. Like, you got to go play free and play fun. Because if you play tight, because you're like, oh, shit, Kelly Bryant whispers, and I mean, he's human. Right? Like, so blocking out the noise is BS, in my opinion. It's dealing with it. It's having the tools to manage that wonderment, that imagination being turned off or being negative. And that's where I would want to see the magic of his OC and head coach. And how does he internally manage that? And that's what I think young quarterbacks, they don't have a lot of those tools. They're not necessarily front-loaded for them when they walk into college, even when they are in college, because it's about the moment. It's about winning. It's about next man up. It's about just the competitiveness of big-time college football. When it's a quarterback, and you got to manage a little different. So I'm going to be glued to the next probably 4 weeks to see how this thing shakes out.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some moments in every season. Like, there's going to be sooner than later, because that's something you want to like solidify. I think if DJ can show promise, Coach Swinney is going to ride with him throughout the season. But I think he's earned the job like throughout camp. It's his job to lose. It's not like it's his job to lose. Like, he's gonna be the guy. He's gonna go out there first. He's gonna play well. But then at the same time, like, I just think that he's got, like he said, he's got to go out there and dominate. He's got to be the reason that we're clicking on all cylinders. And like at times yesterday, we also didn't help. I think there's fair criticism on, like, there's a couple 50-50 balls that Clemson will call them 80-20 balls, because we've always had receivers. We'll call them to be wide receiver you. And there's a 50-50 ball, that's an 80-20 ball. You got to go make that play. There's a couple plays last night that I think could have really changed perception-wise how he played. Because I think he played solid, but I think he really could have. He put a couple of those balls that were like in the breadbasket.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, Darien. Yeah. Because you're dialed in. Are they going to play both guys in real time football, or are you just anticipating blowouts the next 2 weeks?
I think that knowing Coach Swinney, he's gonna. All right. Scenario would be they play Furman, who's his Furman. Hats off to him, but that should be a blowout game for Clemson. I think Coach Swinney will give DJ the first 3 or 4 drives, probably get in the first quarter. Hoping we get up 21-0, 28-0. Cade will get like early solid minutes with the ones. So like second quarter, either beginning of second quarter or middle second quarter. He'll play in the first half for sure. Wow. Then he'll come out, probably get the third quarter. Then he'll get like Hunter Johnson in there, who's also a third string backup, former 5-star, Elite 11 kid.
Oh yeah, love him.
You got a couple of the walk-on stuff. That's a game where Coach Swinney wants to play a lot of people. So ideally, he want to get up early, get Cade some real time, like with the ones, first line, first backs, first receivers, and so it's gonna be like he's gonna give him a chance to show what he can do.
Wow.
Hey, look, AD, here's what I believe that huddle. I believe that huddle is going to tell Coach Swinney who the starting quarterback is moving forward for this football team. If they got a couple of games coming up where they're all going to get in that mix, that huddle's going to tell that huddle's going to tell them who they need to ride with the rest of the way. Because Dabo Swinney can't keep playing this. I mean, Clemson, I got to defend Clemson because everybody said, they had a bad year last year. No, they lost a couple of games, man. It happens every now and then, right? I wish I played at a school where 3 losses was a bad season. Hell. But when it's all said and done, there is pressure because the Clemson program was on the same level with Alabama over the last 5 or 6 years. So there is pressure to get back there. I think that huddle is going to tell him whether he needs to go with DJ or he needs to go with Cade moving forward, and they got to make a decision and quit with all the back and forth stuff. I think that's going to happen over the next 3 weeks.
What's going on, guys? Rob Doster here, the founder of the Field of 68 and the Field of 12 Media Networks. I wanted to take a quick minute to let you guys know about an exciting new project that we have been working on for the last 3 months. The Almanac, an all-encompassing preview of the 2022-23 college basketball season. We spoke with every single Division I head coach to give you a robust and accurate preview for all 363 Division I college basketball teams. We have predictions for conference finishes for all 32 leagues. We have features on the best freshmen, the best big men, the breakout stars, the coaches on the hot seat, so much more. It is 600,000 words of sheer happiness for the college basketball fan in your life. The Almanac is going to be available for digital purchase on September 26th for just $19.99, but you can pre-order it today using the promo code HOOPS and save 20%. Just hit the link in the description below.